morning to one and all. Oh,
Yeah, good to see you, and good morning to all of our community members out there, our dear ones, and our Shamanic Sunday little friends and community that's growing here. So thank you all for being here.
oh,
I've often thought meetings and gatherings, and anytime I have to do any public speaking or something, and there's a group, I always start with like, thank you for showing up today, because that's the first thing we can all do is just show up. So thank you for showing up as the sun shows up for us every day. What a gift that is. So with that note, since a big principle of shamanism is reciprocity and balance. So before we ask questions, would you like to start us off with a prayer, Dad?
prayer of thanksgiving for the gift of life, for the opportunity to show up and to show up with full awareness, the gift of awareness, of presence and mindfulness, to the gifts that we're always receiving through you, Great Spirit, the gift of life, the gifts of creation, the gifts of our ancestors who we remember and honor here, and our ancestor spirits of the land we're living on. We remember and honor you here. And this opportunity we have joining through Shamanic Sundays to use our hearts, minds, and spirits juntos, united, to open a doorway to bring through good healing, light, and love for all of us, empowerment of our creativity, and polishing up our stardust. May it be so.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So the question we got this week is, how can I live with more gratitude? And that made me think of something I had read just a couple days earlier. So then I went to remember who it was that had said it. And it was a beautiful woman named Imani Perry, who is a scholar of race, law, literature, and African-American culture. I think she teaches, I didn't put it in my notes, I think she teaches at like Princeton or Harvard, one of those kinds of name brand universities. But she wrote something that I wanted to share. It said, living as prayer. Living as prayer. I think that is when I am at my best, because seeing through prayer provides a remarkable clarity, not in the doctrinal sense, but because it is, at best, the lens of a love for every tattered inch of this earth. So when I saw the question, how can I live with more gratitude? It made me think of this quote. And so I wanted to share that. And then and actually I have a preliminary question before how can I live with more gratitude. I would be curious, Dad, how would you define gratitude?
Yeah. Gratitude, it connects to me anyway. Gratitude is like great. What's great? What's great? And what's great is life, the gift of life, and the magnificence of creation, the ongoing energy dance in all its myriad forms and expressions of beauty and amazement. Just walking this morning in the garden, doing sunrise prayers, greeting in the day to polish up my stardust. Just an amazing diversity of plants and beauty and form and shape and energy vibration of their spirits communicating. Just literally mind blowing. So for me, the creation, we live in a great creation, an amazing, miraculous creation. And gratitude is thankfulness in our hearts, being thankful for the gift of being able to be alive, to experience the beautiful world and cosmos that we live in, and the opportunity to wake up and wise up and realize that our connection with the creative wisdom power that manifests all of that diversity of beauty. So gratitude to me is acknowledging the gifts of grace that are in our lives, that feed our souls, that open our hearts to blossom the love that we are, and thankfulness for the opportunity of being alive, and awareness to make conscious choice about how we use this time that we're here for, because it's not forever, and opportunity to listen in our hearts for what has most value and meaning for us, and thankfulness for the process, the amazing processes of life that we're a part of.
Sounds good. I guess you've taught me that, because I would have, maybe not as eloquently, but I would have given the same definition. So thank you.
Great minds think alike. What can we say?
I, was-
Modestly.
I was I was thinking this morning I took a little walk in the neighborhood and was doing my morning prayers and just like every cell of my body giving thanks for that, and then all the little energy particles and sparkles and little teeny bit of everything that just makes up the universe and has to happen right for there to be that flower, or to be that tree, or the person walking next to me that smiled back at me when I said good morning. And it's like just all the little things that have to come together for the gifts of every day. So yeah. So I think let's go to the question then about a shamanic perspective of bringing and living a more gratitude-filled life. If you could speak on that for a little bit, please.
Okay.
And actually, sorry, I keep backing up on the question, but I think it all ties into it and makes the conversation richer, I hope. If as part of this, or as a leading up to the talking about it more, like maybe you could share one of your experiences in a shamanic journey that you felt like was one of the greatest teachers to you about living in gratitude.
Well, the first thing that comes into my mind is my first experience with psychedelics, with LSD in 1966, when it was still legal, and incredible research being done exploring the potentials of how to utilize what psychedelics responsibly utilized.
Wait, what do you mean there's been people doing that before? Like all the people that are acting right now like it's a new discovery that just found out about it a year ago or something?
Yeah, a few of our ancestors were doing it, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 years ago or more, working with sacred
So
plants.
our tech leaders are catching up to the shamanic wisdom.
Hopefully they can catch up with the wisdom that comes through those openings when we really humble ourselves and listen to the deeper presence and pay attention to how it works, so we can work harmoniously with it. So in that experience, which I went into with as a cynical atheist, pessimistic, kind of constricted, wounded person, the mind-blowing experiences I had opened me up to the presence of an infinite creative divinity, energy of seamless, boundless energy. That's the underlying reality, ultimate ground of being under all physical manifestation, which I had no idea existed. And the experience of that energy as infinite, unconditional light and love, vibrating infinitely in the field, in the web, and manifesting, and from that, the manifestation of creation, of life. So that mind-blowing opening to a deeper connection and understanding of reality beneath the physical objects of the world, what appear to be separate objects in the world, just totally blew my mind. And with that automatically came just such deep, heartfelt appreciation for the existence of this infinite, unconditional light and love. That's the basic ground of reality that was in me, in everyone, and in all of creation. And
can I pause there and say, I just love that phrase you just said, that the infinite abundance of light and love that is the basis of all reality. I love that.
Yeah, I do too. I love it too, because it's so it brings healing just to realize that and to experience it, because then it's the antidote to alienation, feeling separate and cut off. No, we're part of something that's infinite. The deepest part of our being is part and parcel of something that's infinite and has infinite potential, creative potential, and gives us life with the opportunity to recognize that connection and tap into it and ask it for guidance about what it wants to use us to create, has the potential to heal the sacred hoop, the wounds of the world, and create systems of meeting our needs, social and economic ways of meeting our needs that are based on cooperation and support instead of competition. So that initial opening experience just filled me up with blissful gratitude for being a part of this kind of this creation, amazing creation. And so take the next step on the question asked about how to live in gratitude. Everything starts with intention. Everything starts with intention. So if you want to live with more gratitude and more thanksgiving in your life, as soon as you get up in the morning and you're aware that you're awake, you're alive. You've been given the gift of life to birth yourself on this day. No guarantee about tomorrow for ourselves or our planet, but we're 100% here right now if we're paying attention. So as soon as we wake up, invitation, opportunity to kind of drop in and say, well, I didn't create this breath of life that kept me going through the night and greets me this morning as I awaken. I didn't create that. Something bigger than me created it, whatever you want to call it. And so start by thinking about, or with that awareness, give thanks to that power, that creative wisdom power of the universe, however you visualize it or experience it, God, goddess, the Tao, the flow, nature, the mystery, however you envision in your mind and visually that power to be, give thanks to it, and then listen, just listen. And so with this gift of life, what comes with my particular gift and expression of life that I feel thankful for, that's sweet in my life, that's meaningful in my life, that feeds my soul, that makes me feel good inside when I open to experience it. What are those qualities or aspects of my life that open my heart with thanksgiving? And so then do the thanksgiving, give thanks back for it. Thank you for the gift of health or for healing. Thank you for gifts of prosperity. Thank you for the gift of the light and love flowing into me. Thank you for the wisdom inside my body that when I listen to it knows how to maintain high level wellness, how to heal, how to I cut my finger. I don't know how to send white blood cells there to help heal, but that wisdom inside of me that comes through billions of years of evolution, the wisdom of the universe manifesting self-awareness and awareness in our bodies that knows how to do amazing things to promote our health and wellness. Gratitude, just dropping in and listening to what you feel you have to be thankful for in your integrity, not what somebody else says you should feel thankful for this, but what you truly feel thankful for that's sweet in your life. And then in a way that's meaningful to you, start expressing that thanksgiving. Start the day with that honoring your intention.
It's good to hear this because a couple months ago I started, like, oftentimes when I first wake up, my very first thought is like, all the things I have to do today, and I always have like a journal by my bed to write my dreams and keep track of any, brilliant ideas I may have in the middle of the night. Just kidding. Sometimes they are good.
Yeah.
And then oftentimes I add to my to-do list first thing in the morning, and I changed my, and then I always do morning prayers. I have a whole ritual I do. That is giving thanks. But the first thing is usually what do I have to do today? So I decided a couple months ago that as I come to awareness every morning, I'm not going to, if I start doing that, I'm going to stop myself and instead do 7 deep breaths and inhaling consciously, being grateful for the receiving of everything that comes with that breath, and then exhaling out love out into the world for whoever needs it. And, just feeling my body, feeling that appreciation. And it's been a really nice new pattern that I've brought into my life.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
That's an example of wisdom manifesting through your choice of what you're putting your attention into.
Right. Totally. Yeah, it's been cool. So on that note, maybe you could walk us through a visualization, because we all definitely love that on these Shamanic Sundays, a visualization about stepping into and living with more gratitude, a mini shamanic journey of that, if you will.
Say that last part again.
A mini shamanic journey,
Oh,
if you
okay.
will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm reminded of first of all, as you can see, if your eyes are open, that I've closed my eyes and dropping inside, bringing my awareness inside, and I invite you to do the same. And when you speak about journeys, I'm reminded of a dear friend of mine that goes all the way back to undergraduate school at San Francisco State in the mid 60s when I first had that experience with LSD, who tragically many years later was burdened with many attacks of cancer and eventually took her life. And um, I reconnected with her after all those 40 some odd years. We went our separate ways, and her husband at the time of her dying. And one of the things when I went to visit her that she was upset about was that she wasn't able to go hiking anymore and go hiking to beautiful places in nature anymore. And she was in despair and depression about that. And so I shared with her that while it was true, absolutely true, that she couldn't take her physical bodies to those places of beauty and nature that she wanted to travel to, she was more than her physical body. She was her spirit, and her spirit could travel to those places. And she asked how, and I said, well, I brought my drum, and I picked up my drum, and I said, you can use the energy, open to the energy of the drum, like waves of energy, and let it carry your spirit to those places that you want to go to. And so I began drumming, and she journeyed, and she came back with this huge smile on her face and so happy and fulfilled and thankful. So the journey within, with our eyes closed, helps us connect to, because we don't see separation, to the oneness, to the unity, the sacred unity of interconnectedness, interrelatedness, of the unbounded infinite cosmos that we're a part of. So just mindfully opening to the breath of life flowing gently into us, without which we wouldn't be here. So gratitude to that creative wisdom power that gives us the breath, the Holy Spirit, the Holy Mother, great God, Jeshua, whatever it is, Tara, Kuan Yin, the Tao, opening, letting the boundaries of ego identified constriction of what we are to open gently to the larger presence that we're always connected to, but consciously choosing to attune and commune with that larger presence, the truth of who and what we are. And just opening and feeling inside of ourselves, inside of yourself, what truly is most meaningful in your life. What are the most important values? What do you value most in life? What qualities of being? What qualities of relationship? What qualities of consciousness, of awareness, of presence are most important to you? And taking ownership of the gift of opportunity in being alive on this day to birth, to take committed action, to living from those values, honoring those values as much as possible on this day that we're given, making a commitment to live those values and to be a source of the energy that comes from living those values. Kindness, tenderness, generosity, compassion, deep inner peace and equanimity, serenity, the center of our being. The gifts of creativity, how we're all given gifts of creative expression. And part of our challenge in life, part of our opportunity in life is to discover what those gifts are and the uniqueness of our being, and that what kinds of actions and what kind of thoughts and behaviors can help those potentials of the highest potentials of the gifts we're given to grow to fullest blossoming, greatest good, in service to higher will. That's what's going to be the bringer, you might say, of our fullest blossoming and greatest good. Feeling good about our lives, meeting the challenges skillfully and using them to help us grow, polish up our stardust. And may we use this gift of life force today with gratitude for it and fullest blossoming, greatest good of the gifts that each of you carries and are needed in the world for healing of the sacred hoop. And so with prayers for healing of the sacred hoop, speak of Mother Earth, Mother Ocean, the sky, the air, fullest blossoming, greatest good, humanity, opening our awareness to recognizing our interconnectedness and what we do to another, we do to ourselves, our children, our grandchildren, what we do to the animals, to the earth, to the ocean, what we do, how we relate. Is it hurtful? Is it coming from fear? Is it coming from love? May we use this day we're given to grow stronger in taking ownership of the truth that we're sacred, worthy of respect and caring and kindness and support and celebration, luminous beings. We are loved and we are love. Our love is forgiving and receiving. Happy Shamanic Sunday. Oh, Umprios.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I look forward to going into the week ahead with these pieces of wisdom that you've shared today. I think you were kind of on fire with some good one-liners.
I just asked Spirit to use me, so I don't even take responsibility for what I say because half the time I don't know what it is. I just surrender to Spirit and just say whatever you want to use me to bring through. It's your show, so I get out of the way and let you do it.
Well, you're a good channel. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you and Nicole for instigating our Shamanic Sundays time together for all your good work and medicine in the world.
Thank you. Yeah, and thank you to everyone who is here this morning. Good to see you all. Please keep us posted with questions. Share with your friends and family. And remember, you can also watch this. If you missed this, they're all recorded on YouTube too, so you can watch anytime. And let's all go get them. Have a good week.
Okay. Oh.